Tonight on UCentral News. New tonight, the Supreme Court heard a historic case on removing former President Donald Trump from this year's ballot in Colorado. The closing arguments delivered just hours ago. Next, a new play on campus is opening tonight, what it's about and how you can see it. State Superintendent Ryan Walters is back in the headlines tonight, this time for his response to PETA. What's causing the backlash? Destiny Pittman is standing by with more information. Finally tonight, the NBA trade deadline just passed. What moves did the Thunder make? Ian Nickel has a breakdown of the action from around the league.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Protesters gather in front of the Supreme Court today as the justices hear arguments on removing Donald Trump from the presidential ballot.
Both conservatives and liberal justices raised the question on disqualifying Trump because of his efforts to undo his loss in the 2020 election.
Good evening, I'm Mark Lowe.
And I'm Georgia Jones. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
It's the first time voters have tried to block a candidate from presidency using a once obscure provision that bars those who engage in insurrection from holding office. Colorado Secretary of State Jenna Griswold told reporters it was striking to be standing in the same spot that Trump supporters stormed on January 6th.
We are glad that it's gotten to this point so that we can get some clarity for our nation. Donald Trump is a qualified candidate. These ridiculous and novel legal theories to try and engage in election interference are going to be certainly struck down, at least we think so.
Colorado's Republican Party Chair Dave Williams says he looks, quote, forward to seeing Donald Trump on the ballot in Colorado. Looks like we might be having some technical issues, but
we do apologize.
Are glad that it's gotten to this point so that we can get some clarity for our nation. Donald Trump is a qualified candidate. These ridiculous and novel legal theories to try and engage in election interference are going to be certainly struck down, at least we think so.
5 Marines have been confirmed dead after their helicopter went down during a training mission in California. The military says the remains and the wreckage have been recovered. Previous attempts to access the crash site have been delayed by snow and high winds. The helicopter was found Wednesday near Pine Valley, a mountainous area east of San Diego. The cause of the crash is still under investigation.
the Federal Communications Commission has outlawed scam robocalls featuring fake artificial intelligence created voices. It's a crackdown on deepfake technology that experts say could undermine election security or increase fraud. The FCC says it gives state attorneys more tools to pursue illegal robocallers that use AI-generated voices to impersonate celebrities, politicians, and close family members. The decision comes after a fake robocall impersonating President Biden targeted thousands of New Hampshire voters, urging them not to participate in the state's primary.
The Oklahoma School for the Deaf is now offering American Sign Language classes this spring. All courses are self-paced and open to everyone. If you sign up through the school's website, osd.k12.ok.us, you will have access to the lessons from February 12th until June 13th. And if you are planning on getting some of those classes, you might want to take a look at the weather out there.
Yeah, we're hearing that we might have some unpredictable and uncausing weather, so let's hear from Maureen Dirk with more.
All right, thank you guys so much. Hello, Edmond. Today is a beautiful day. We are sitting at 68, but it is a little bit windy. Winds are coming in from the north at 15 miles per hour. And then as we look ahead for the week, we have a cold week coming. There is a chance of rain on our Super Bowl Sunday and possibly snow, so keep that in mind when you're heading to your friends' houses or your Super Bowl party. And then next week, it is going to be a cool week. And that's all I have for you right now. Later in the show, you'll get a full 7-day and more. Thank you.
Thanks, Maureen. UCO is putting on a classic Pulitzer Prize-winning play called Our Town. Today is their opening night at 7:30, and they will have showings every day over the weekend. The play depicts life in the town of Grover's Corners and serves as an allegory for all parts of life. You can purchase tickets online at uco.edu/CFAD.
The 2023 tax season is here. UCO students who need help filing their taxes should take advantage of the free assistance offered here on campus. Shanice Hopkins is live with the details.
Thanks, Georgia. I'm live from the Business of College, where the VITA program, the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, is offering free income tax preparation for faculty, staff, students, as well as the public. They'll be here on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. I'm here with Mr. Riley Shaw, and he's here to tell us a little bit about VITA and what it is they do.
Hello, thank you. Yes, VITA is, as you stated, voluntary income tax assistance for the low to middle income taxpayer. We don't turn down any faculty or staff with UCO or students. One thing that we do is the non-resident for all the international students. As you're probably aware, the international students on visa must submit a tax return each year, and that's one service that we do provide here other than doing the 1040 and the state return for all the taxpayers.
All right, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you.
They will be here in the business building, room 107, until April 6th. Reporting from the College of Business, Shanice Hopkins, UCentral News.
Thank you so much, Shanice. And yeah, if you can get out and use those resources, I would highly recommend it. UCO's got tons of information on all those tax services.
Absolutely, tons of resources on campus. And again, if you do plan on doing that, you might want to take a look at the weather. Coming up after the break, Maureen Dirk will give us a full forecast.
Happy birthday! Make a wish.
Miss you guys.
Blue skies smiling at me, talking about blue skies. Do I see bluebirds singing a song, talking about blue skies from now on?
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Are you really sure this is all going to fit? Oh, it'll fit. I got that. All right.
When hauling anything, ensure it's secure. Losing your load is dangerous for all drivers. We want everyone to make it home safe. Help make Oklahoma safe by securing your load.
Hello, Edmond. Like I said before, it is a beautiful day outside. We are sitting at 68 with mild winds at 15 miles per hour. And then as we go ahead into this weekend, a cold front is coming and there is a chance of rain and snow on Sunday. So make sure you're enjoying these next couple of days, whether weather is good before this rain and snow comes in and that cold front comes in, because I have a feeling that the February weather that we're used to is just around the corner. And then as we look at our current conditions across the map, we're just seeing mid 60s and high 60s, even up to 68 in that southwest corner. And then as we look into tonight, it is going to be 47 and cloudy. Winds are going to be up at 10 miles per hour and the humidity will be 58. And then as we move into tonight across the board, again, it's a little bit chilly. We're seeing 46, 47 in Tulsa, Clinton 43, And then as we move into tomorrow across the map, again, 63 in Oklahoma, that southwest corner getting all the way up to 70, which I know is unheard of in February. And then as we go tomorrow here in Edmond, at 7 a.m., we are going to be sitting at 47. So as you go outside, it will be cloudy, so it'll probably feel a little bit colder than 47. And then by the time we hit noon, those winds are going to start coming out, and it is going to be 59. And then by 7 p.m., we should have clear skies, and it will be 64. And then as we go across the 7-day, we are seeing just clouds throughout the week pretty much. On Sunday, that's when that rain is going to start coming in at 70. We have a 70% chance of rain. And then on Monday, 30% chance of snow. And then as we move on throughout the week, Tuesday and Wednesday, that sun will finally come back out. Wednesday, 59, Thursday, 50. And that's all I have for you right now. I will have more for y'all later. Back at the desk.
Thanks for that, Maureen. Looking at that snow coming up on Monday, that's going to be something interesting.
I know. We'll be snowed in for the Super Bowl, maybe.
No perfect time for it, too. Football and snow goes perfect together. Well, thank you so much for that, Maureen. Coming up after the break, Kobe Bryant is set to get a statue at the NBA arenas.
Yeah, and we had a strong reaction to Ryan Walters' post to PETA. So more from Destiny Pittman after the break.
The power of possibility, to always move forward but never forget where I came from, to value hard work, ingenuity, and hospitality. On one hand, my people are rough and rugged. On the other, refined and elegant. They taught me how to love beautiful things and cherish my past, to seek out adventure, eat well, and to have a good time. So I keep their traditions alive every place I go. They call me Oklahoma City, but you can call me the modern frontier.
UCentral News as a whole, you got to be in those different areas, like being on camera, being off camera, being in the control room. And so I feel like that is what prepared me most about being in the workplace.
UCentral and the mass comm department has provided me all the tools and the fundamentals that are needed in order to thrive well and thrive fast at my job.
Maybe it's time to hit the road and visit a place where stories unfold. This is the land of the ultimate road trip, with sights old and new on Route 66. There's fun to be had, so much to do, and a few new surprises before you get through. Oklahoma has the most miles to share of Route 66. It's really quite rare. TravelOK.com will show you the way. Come see for yourself this iconic highway.
Your social media rundown. State Superintendent Ryan Walters shared a video to X letting PETA know that he won't be going vegan anytime soon.
I got a letter from PETA today. The letter says that PETA would like for me to display the 10 vegan commandments in all the classrooms across the state. Well, I have a special response for PETA. The burgers are great here in Oklahoma, and you're welcome for lunch anytime. I got a letter from PETA today.
PETA responded with a tweet saying, "Wow, this is disrespectful, defensive, and out of touch with constituents who faced ill health and climate crisis, those hoping to abate cruelty and violence on factory farms and in slaughterhouses." And today, a statue to honor Kobe Bryant will be unveiled in the Star Plaza outside of the Crypto Arena in California. Bryant's statue will be along other NBA legends such as Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal, And according to the Lakers, Bryant was involved in the initial planning of the statue in 2016. Little is known about what the statue will look like, and the unveiling will take place at 3 p.m. Pacific time. And Swifties may be excited to hear that Taylor Swift's Eras Tour will soon be available on Disney+. The film titled Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour, Taylor's version, will be available on the streaming platform starting March 15. Cardigan and 4 other songs that weren't featured in the initial concert film will be in this version. And today, Usher expressed his excitement for his upcoming halftime performance. This isn't his first time at the Super Bowl, but it is his first time headlining. Ahead of Sunday's big game, Usher also released tickets for his upcoming Past, Present, and Future tour. Pre-sale begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. and general sales will start Monday at noon. I know that I'm very excited about Usher's halftime performance. It's my favorite part of the Super Bowl. I'm more focused on the social and like fun parts of the Super Bowl as opposed to the sports. Mark, Georgia, how are you guys feeling about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely looking forward to Usher's halftime performance.
Definitely.
I think the last great halftime performance that I saw was just Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
All of them. It was a phenomenal show, so hopefully Usher can compete with that.
Yeah, I will say I saw he has a whole wardrobe planned just for the Super Bowl performance, so it should be good. But coming up in sports, basketball is on the road, but hockey is back home.
And softball is also back home after a tournament in Louisiana. Ian Nickel will have more coming up after this.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Happy Thursday, everybody. It's a big weekend for Broncos sports, both at home and on the road. The UCO Broncos basketball team hits the road with stops in Kearney, Nebraska tonight and beautiful Hays, Kansas on Saturday. Both teams look to go back to their winning ways this weekend as we enter the home stretch of the season. Game times are tonight at 5:30 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. in Kearney, and on Saturday at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. in Hays. The UCO hockey team returns home tonight after trips to Nevada and Missouri the last 2 weeks. The Utah Utes come into town tonight at 7:30 p.m. and have 2 games against Grand Canyon University on Friday and Saturday, with Friday's game also at 7:45 and Saturday's game at 4:15 p.m. All 3 games are at the Arctic Edge Ice Arena in Edmond. The Broncos softball team makes their home debut for the 2024 season as part of the UCO/Oklahoma Christian Classic. The team is actually playing at Oklahoma Christian right now as we are on air. It's currently 3-1 in the 5th inning. They'll have a rematch with Oklahoma Baptist this Friday at 1:30 p.m. and play a doubleheader featuring in-state rivals Southern Nazarene on Saturday at 1:30, as well as Maryville University at 3:30 p.m. Meanwhile, the UCO baseball team will be right next door at Wendell Simmons Field with doubleheaders on Friday at 1 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. and on Saturday at high noon and 2:30 p.m. against the Arkansas Monticello Bull Weevils. Lastly, don't forget to support your #1 ranked UCO Bronco wrestling team as they face Drury University for Senior Day Sunday at 2 p.m. at historic Hamilton Fieldhouse. The NBA trade deadline has passed, and the Thunder have acquired a big name. The Hornets and Thunder have made a deal for former NBA All-Star Gordon Hayward to come to the 405 in exchange for Trey Mann, Davis Bertans, Vasilija Micic, and draft compensation. They also made a trade with the Dallas Mavericks for a 2028 pick swap, trading away one of the Thunder's many first-round draft picks in this year's upcoming draft. The Thunder travel down I-35 to take on that same Mavericks team Saturday at 2 p.m. before traveling back up to the Paycom Center to play the Sacramento Kings at 2 p.m. Both games are on Bally Sports Oklahoma. And finally, the big game is on the horizon as Super Bowl 58 is just a few short days away. You already know about the teams, the 49ers and the Chiefs, but you may not know what both teams need to do to win. Here are some keys to victory for the Niners and the Chiefs. Starting with the defending champions, the Chiefs' defense has been a big reason why they've made it this far. If they're able to contain the many weapons the Niners have on offense and put pressure on Brock Purdy, that will ensure a Kansas City repeat. Of course, you have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. They can cook as well. The key for the Niners is actually really simple. It's about the offensive line, led by their Pro Bowl offensive lineman Trent Williams. They just got to protect Brock Purdy and provide paths for Christian McCaffrey to run through. The Chiefs are really thin on wide receivers too, so double teaming Travis Kelce isn't a bad idea either. While both teams are very talented in their own right, there can only be one winner. And I think we see a defensive slugfest where Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs come out on top 24-21. Mahomes wins Super Bowl MVP and Travis Kelce does not propose to Taylor Swift. Guys, what do you got going on this Super Bowl Sunday? Any plans? And who do you think is going to win this contest?
For me, I'm going down back home, hang out with some friends, watch it. It's just been a yearly tradition for, probably 6 years now. So it's been great. My prediction, I'm rooting for the 49ers, but I'm in the same boat with you. I think the Chiefs are going to pull away with this one.
Kind of like what Destiny said, I'm more of the halftime show watcher for the Super Bowl, but I think I'm going to go ahead with the Swifties and say the Chiefs for this one. I think so. The Super Bowl is still 3 days out, as we just discussed, but some excitement is hitting Vegas.
And Maureen Dirk has one last look at weather. Stay with us.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back. The Edmond and UCO police departments are coming together to host a Coffee with a Cop, offering students a chance to meet some of the people who serve in our community. This will be happening next Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the University Starbucks.
UCO hosted their annual career fair today. In the ballrooms of Nye University Center this afternoon, many organizations and businesses came to the campus of UCO to showcase their career opportunities for students. I definitely would encourage everyone to come out and check if you can. The career fair will be lots of job opportunities, lots of resources.
Absolutely, just a great way to get plugged in with professionals in really any field. And again, if you're going to walk out there, again, might want to take a look outside. Like we've mentioned so many times already in this show, weather is unpredictable this time in Oklahoma. We're going to go to Maureen Dirk right now for one last look at weather.
Hi Broncos, here's your last look of weather. Here's our 7-day again. Tomorrow 64, Saturday 55, and then that Saturday night is when that cold front is going to come through, and we do have rain on our Super Bowl Sunday, but it's all good because we're going to be inside anyway watching the game. On Monday, there's a small chance of snow. We don't know much about that snow that is coming or could come, but as we get more, we will keep you updated. Tuesday and Wednesday, thankfully that sun is going to come out after this cloudy week ahead. And then Thursday, unfortunately, those clouds will come back in. But tomorrow, it's going to be 47 in the morning, pretty chilly, noon 59 and windy, and by 7 p.m. it'll be 64 and clear. But I don't know about you, the next 2 days don't really matter. What really matters is Sunday, and all I know is that you can't beat Taylor Swift, so I'm Team Chiefs. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you for that, Maureen. And absolutely, Team Chiefs seems to be the way to go these days.
Yeah, especially if you're a Taylor Swift fan, it seems to be the
new normal
the
these
new
days,
default,
as opposed
yeah.
to the 49ers. Absolutely.
Well, all eyes are on Las Vegas as the city prepared to host the Super Bowl, but an unexpected sighting occurred Wednesday afternoon. Police detained multiple people outside the Las Vegas Sphere after a man was seen climbing the 366-foot structure. As you can see, the video shows the man standing at the very top of the sphere, and Mason Deschamps went to Instagram Live as he was climbing the tower, and he was later arrested.
With Super Bowl 58 just right around the corner, have you ever thought about where the NFL flip coin that kicks off the big game is made? In Florida, one company has been creating an iconic Super Bowl memorabilia for decades. This year's batch was shipped over just last week, ready to be used by the referee on Sunday in Las Vegas. Scott Heilder has a closer look from the assembly line.
We all know that the Super Bowl is the most watched sporting event in the country. But kickoff for the big game is decided by something produced right here in Brevard County.
The game doesn't start without the flip coin.
Highland Mint has been producing the official NFL Super Bowl flip coin for 31 years.
When we're watching the game and they're doing the coin toss, that's when you look at it, because here we look at it all day long. The coins are being flipped, where the coins are being minted. But then when you see it at the game, that's when you're like, hey, that's our coin, that's our company that's doing this.
Each coin is numbered. 001 will be used to decide who kicks off and who receives. And if there's overtime, they use coin 000.
But usually they do heads with the Super Bowl logo on it, and tails would be the two teams.
This year's batch was sent over just last week to be used by the referee Sunday in Las Vegas. 10,000 are produced in total, 100 sent to the NFL, the rest are for sale. The Highland Mint is in this unassuming building tucked right next to the Indian River Lagoon. You'd never think that such an important coin was produced here for decades. The staff of 140 at the Mint, many other coins and memorabilia produced here, from melting the metals to packaging it all up.
Everybody takes pride in this, right? How can you not? And whether they're football fans or not, everybody likes to say we're part of the biggest game of the year.
Yeah, and that's just such a super cool story. I personally like to collect a lot of sports memorabilia. I've got jerseys, signed magazines, football, stuff like that. So that is something that I would definitely like to see in my collection. May even see it on Pawn Stars one of these days, to be honest.
It is super cool. I didn't know any of the history or the backstory behind how they did the coin. So yeah, it's definitely something that I would, even not as a big sports fan, it'd be really cool memorabilia for sure.
Always good to just take a tour and just learn more about a sport no matter what it is.
Absolutely. It's always interesting to learn more.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for this edition of UCentral News. For these stories and more, you can head over to ucentralmedia.com. Signing off for now, I'm Mark Lowe.
And I'm Georgia Jones. Have a great night.